Nerea! Yay! She's coming from Germany. Welcome. It's okay.
I will be singing Bel raggio lusinghier from opera Semiramide.
Gioia,
And you just flew, you came in from Germany, right?
Yes, I'm come from Hamburg.
From Hamburg.
Yeah.
This is jet lagged.
Yes, a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm scared of you when you're not jet lagged. Now, I can't remember, you've been working on this aria for a while?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah. Have you looked at the rest of the role as well, or are you just?
Just this aria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's really wonderful.
Yes.
It's a thrill to hear you sing it. The other thing is, I'll be honest, when I saw you, I kind of thought, is she going to give like warrior princess energy? And you know, you do, but in an unexpected way. And I like that. I like it because for me, I mean, I think about the role and I have, one version of it in what that sort of fierceness. But you bring this is a real lesson in using what you are, what you have and your tools, and not forcing it into something else that it's not. So you use feminine charm, grace, all those, no,
yes.
that's not bad. And your joy.
Yeah.
It's so clear how much you enjoy singing and sharing that, and that's a weapon. It's a glorious, fabulous, I hate to say weapon, let's say tool. And the fact that you let that come through is really intoxicating, and that's her power. That's the warrior in you. Now, what would be interesting is if you could also find a flash of "Don't cross me," because I'll take you out. But isn't life wonderful? So what it would be nice, I mean, and this is a danger of your kind of Fach, where everything is sugar and cream, and everything is pink and frilly, and which is great, and we love that. But what I think is exciting is if we also have ice and fire, and we show. It doesn't mean you have to manufacture it, but I need to see, and you have it. Oh, you totally have it in you. Boom, done, right? Done, that's it. So I think you have to, part of this is knowing who you are as a singer. When I first started out, everybody saw me as the blonde American. Even in one of my oh my gosh, I'll never forget it. I won't say where or when, because now I've become friends with these people, but I know if I called them the Rossini Mafia, because it was this team that played together doing all the same shows, and I came in, nobody knew me, and I had the ponytail, and I had I was made up, and what American singers do, and we arrive, and we're perfectly prepared, and we're ready, and we've been coached, and we're tabbed here. The Europeans arrive, they're like, "Oh, hey, here we are. Do you have a score I can borrow?" Right? Exactly. And you're like, well, where's your tabs? I don't understand. Where are your tabs? How can you know where you are? Right? And so I come to do it, And even in auditions, you know, my hair was boofed and all that. And I had to understand that people were seeing me as the all-American, young, cute, blonde mezzo from Kansas. So they were going to hear me and see me through a certain filter. Now, I didn't change who I was, but I had to play with it. So if I supported that stereotype, there was a tendency that I would be seen one-dimensionally, okay? But if I knew that this was the filter they would see me in, and I went, hello, how are you? Let's go, I'm ready. And my Italian was spot on, and I went against that stereotype, all of a sudden I became three-dimensional. And I didn't become Miss America, which is what they were calling me behind my back. You know who you are. And they're like, oh, Miss America. And I was like, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you. So, soubrette, all these high notes, you're stunning, you're beautiful, you do this smile, and there will be a tendency for the audience to go, we know what she's about, we know who she is, we know what she sounds like. Because this is what Korean singers do, this is how they dress, this is how they present themselves. Mm-hmm. Now that doesn't mean don't be who you are, but you have to know it.
Yes, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's a tricky thing, but this is a business where people will make assumptions from the moment we walk in the door. And if we're savvy, we'll know what those assumptions are. It doesn't mean hide them. It doesn't mean cover them up. Embrace them. But make sure you sit there and you go, I'm in on it. I know what you think I am. But let me show you actually who I am. I want you to listen. No, no, no. I know what you think. Listen. You ready? And then you do what you do. Okay? So what I'm saying is if in this aria you can give us a little, not an actual wink, but you kind of go, I know what you think you're going to hear. And yeah, you're going to hear the E at the end. It's going to be amazing. But meanwhile, bel raggio lusinghier. Raggio lusinghier. Wow. You do this gorgeous thing with your hands. And it's sort of this. And it's so beautiful. It can also be stereotypical if you're not careful. And when you're not careful, it happens, and you're not choosing for it to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where they go. And it doesn't mean anything. It's beautiful. But all of a sudden, we see soubrette. Mm-hmm. And there's a difference between that and Semiramide. This is how I hold my hands. When I want, and when I don't, they're down. But listen. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So if you're going to do that, it has to be a choice, and it has to mean something. And then you use it. Arsace. Remember how I touch your cheek like that? Yes. Also, I'm powerful without doing that. Boom. Take them by surprise. Arsace. Oh, wow. You know, so that it's not automatic. Okay? Because then it will start to look stereotypical. Mm-hmm. I'm talking very directly, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people that won't talk about this. But every singer, no matter your nationality, gender, sexuality, anything, you're judged from the second you walk in. And you're behind the curveball if you don't know what your look is. Then use it. But you choose how to use it.
Okay.
Okay? Trills. Can we work on your trill?
Yep.
You do this fabulous, because in your rep and with your voice, you cannot have an adequate trill. It has to be exceptional. When you come back to measure 78, don't you do a trill there?
Yeah.
Can we hear it? Awesome. I hear I don't hear a trill. Do you guys hear a trill? Ish. You hear an adequate trill that modern day singers get away with. It drives me crazy. I want Joan Sutherland. I don't like to invoke singers. I don't like to do that, but I want Joan Sutherland on that. So, you have to relish it. This is sexy. And it's not sexy because you're making it sexy. It's sexy because you don't want that note to end. And you want every everything. Okay? So, can we just exercise it a little bit?
Yes.
How do you approach your trill? Do you just do it, or do you rehearse it?
I don't know. I just go directly. First note.
Do you ever practice it? Drill it?
How can I practice? I don't know.
Okay. If you give it 5 minutes a day for a couple weeks, you'll get it. But that exact answer, sorry to put you on the spot, is how your trill sounds. How do you practice it? I don't know. That's what it sounds like. Okay? Simple. Whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, triplet, 16th, then let it go. On whole step and half step, different notes in the range and different vowels and different dynamics. That's all. So give us like a natural. We're going to do whole step, okay? Whole note. Half note, breathe when you need. Okay, here's one thing. Okay, right now, I'll show you what you're doing. You're changing it with your jaw. All you change it with is this. Your breath is just like, we're here. And your brain is going da 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 da. And this is going, I'm just hanging out. I'm just here for, I don't know, I'm alive. She got to like open it up. I don't know what's happening. Nothing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, I got it.
Oh, there's a joke in there and I won't make it. Okay. So, is that a good note for you?
Yes.
Okay. So this, don't think about it, but you don't need it. You're going to change the note here. Whole note. And breathe when you need. In and out, but we'll keep going. Half. Sixteenth. Okay, let's do quarter note. And do you feel your jaw moving?
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't need that. That means you're controlling here and not on your breath. Do you have a pencil? Does anybody have a clean pencil? Do you mind?
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you to put it in your mouth.
May I?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to ask you to put it sort of in your back molars, kind of.
Here.
Yeah, maybe one tooth back. Further. Yeah? And just let it sit there. Where's your tongue? Yeah. Uh-huh. So there we go. And. Where's your tongue? Now go. Okay. Yeah. This is how we're going to work on our trill. Does this bother you?
No.
Do you feel how you don't need your jaw?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't need it. No, I got it. That I don't need it.
You don't need it. Also, in the aria, you're creating a lot of, we were talking about this morning, a lot of space in your middle voice. You don't need to work here.
Yeah.
Because when it goes, boom, you're going to lose that core up here. So just, I'd work this way a little bit, not to clamp down on it, It's just a reminder like, oh, I don't need my lower jaw, actually. It's not really doing anything. Everything's happening up here. This kind of drill, do it on E, do it on half step, do it in different ranges, and really record yourself, use a metronome, and you'll start to get a trill. And when you release it and send it out, concentrate on the upper note. And play games with yourself. Say, am I really singing it? Da, da, da. But you have to get a trill. Okay? Am I wrong about that? Because that's going to be the thing that sets you apart. And that puts you one step above being generic, or maybe 10 steps above being generic. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to leave this for now. We may come back to it tomorrow, or we may do some Handel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Handel.
You want to do Handel?
Maybe.
Yeah, all right. Twist my arm, okay. But does this make sense about that showing us different sides?
Yes, yes.
Do you want to start it one more time and
Yes.
see? So it's not just all sweetness, and it's not just all this, but what do you say?
Yes.
Arsace ritornò, which can mean a lot of things. Are you sure he will? Is there a question mark? Has he been
I'm
faithful?
sure.
Has he been faithful to you? Because the girls have been saying maybe he wasn't.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
You're no doubt.
No doubt.
Okay. In theater, it plays a little bit better to have a tiny bit of doubt. I'm just saying. Because if you're sure, then there's play over. You could be sure the first time, and then they're saying, yeah, but I saw him with that other girl. I'm just saying. And then maybe there's one doubt. No, and then you have to play that you're sure to save face from all your lovely servants around. Arsace ritornò. Sì. He will be mine again. I'm sure of it. And then yes, I'm sure. Or ritornò, yes. And the C is for you. Are you sure? Yes, of course I am. So let it mean something different each time. Let's just try just the beginning part and see. And then we're on. Strength. You kill it. Do you know when you kill it? You're like all strong warrior princess, and then you go, and it looks like a singer thing instead of Semiramide. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
but singers, we do this. The introduction happens, and we're all acting, and then we go, now I have to sing. No. This is da-da-da-da-da. You're there. Then use this later, but don't let it be automatic, okay? Power. Boom, command. Yeah. Okay, now the other thing with that, and then we have to stop. But in your power is your play with these things. I can do anything I want with that phrase. And now, I'm going to finish it like that. It's very...
Might be.
Because you go, piacer, piacer. You will listen to me, my people. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to stop there. But thank you so much. And maybe we'll have tomorrow. Yes, thank you. Bravo. You're wonderful. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll reverse the order, because I always go long at the beginning. So tomorrow we'll reverse the order. so we don't shortchange them. I'm happy to stay, but you guys probably have to cut off. I don't know. Does that make sense, though? Singers, especially, about knowing who you are? Own it. Own it, because then we're going to end up with you in front of us, a knowledgeable you, a savvy you, and not you trying to be somebody or trying to fit into a box that belongs to somebody else. If it's somebody else, we already have that. It's been there, done that, not interesting. We want you, believe it or not. We actually want to know what you have to say with your voice in all its glory and all its flaw, all of it. That's what's interesting, because it's unique and it has never existed before and it will never exist again. And if you don't give it to us freely and without apology and constraint and apology, all that stuff, we'll never know what it is. And that's the reason you're singing. That's the reason you're here.